My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com.
Alrighty, it is on surveillance cameras at third-party facilitating venue McDonald's at 100 East Foothill Boulevard in Upland, California, showing on video documentation the movement of a light source that is not present over that venue. And I've already established that, but before arriving here, I'm showing you what is the light source remaining over me. You have what is patrolling on surveillance cameras inside of the McDonald's, inside of the bathroom. And you have what is light activity right now at 9 a.m. The lights in the bathroom turning on and off. This is light activity. That is amplification of audible activity, and you have a demon that's inside of the bathroom right now monitoring, engaging in interstate stalking in the private space. And you have what are the demons, because that's what third parties are. These are demon-possessed third parties. This is the state engaging in the satanic targeting system, and they're engaging in surveillance. That's activity creation. That's a third party that is demon-possessed who is monitoring in a bathroom, creating activity. And they are patrolling in and out. So I just want to document that, and it's also on surveillance cameras. This is the same venue where directed light is inside of the bathroom and outside of the bathroom, and the fake sun following here, not already present, as I documented at an earlier time before. This is P.O.C, sexual violence at McDonald's. All right, capturing relevant positioning while demons inside of what is McDonald's. And understand that this is not only surveillance in a private space, this is the sex offender of the state of California. This is terrorism. These are demons that are stalking in a bathroom. Amplification of audible activity is demonic. And while you are patrolling in and out, these are demons that are crossing path. That's demonic. They are doing so in what is directed light. That's demonic. And they're doing so in a private space. That is terrorism in what is a private space. Aware of what you're doing while your panties are up and down. This is the ongoing knowledge that they have while demons want to stalk you in a bathroom. Okay, while you have multiple shadows, you're being molested with that impossible light activity while you're in that bathroom, subject to that demented stalking in that environment. This is the sex offender that is the state of California. They're maintaining an ongoing rhythm of audible activity, flushing a toilet, patrolling in and out of the bathroom doors, and also amplification, creation of impact through the walls. This is audible activity and engineered light, and also under what is the fake sun. This is absolutely satanic, so I want to document that. It is currently 9:08 a.m. This is a McDonald's employee. They're engaging in they're demons alike, working here and not working here. This is satanic conduct that's underway. I just want to document that. So it doesn't matter with regard to what is the status of a demon. All right, it's currently 9:09 a.m. P.O.C. All right, capturing what is the relevant positioning of minions surrounding the bathroom outside, including the demons of McDonald's. This is the reality. I'm speaking to what is demonic activity, demon possession, and you need to get past what a demon looks like and what they're wearing. This is demonic activity that's underway, and it's also criminal surveillance by government. This is documentation of what is and a prosecution of the state of California that is a sex offender. All right, 7KIG 117. FR837 handicap, license 7KKF 842, crossing path entering into the driveway, driving on directed light under the fake sun, 8BTV 346, 4WGR 378, coming out of the drive-thru, stalking, 8SRL 805. And while they come out of from around the drive-thru, understand, I've already shown you this. You've already been trained about how demons are engaging in the pattern of conduct at public establishments such as Starbucks, and all they're doing is engaging in surveillance sitting in a drive-thru. 7CFK 838, 8BZC 352. License 8WBR, I'm sorry, let me get this one. 8WRM616, and you have a series of vehicles now exiting out of the drive-thru. They're all remaining in relevant position while demons are patrolling in and out of the bathroom. All right, while directed light is in that bathroom, while demons are patrolling in and out of the bathroom, while amplified audible activity is sounding inside. These demons are sex offenders monitoring, maintaining presence on behalf of the government. This is how the government is a sex offender. This is how it does it. License plate N55M61X. Demons knowing exactly what you're doing. That's how you're able to stalk with audible activity. All right, what Tracy Banks is doing in the vehicle, using a cell phone to create audible activity while I'm recording video, doing it with simultaneity. She doesn't look at me, press my phone screen and press record. All right, knows exactly what I'm doing. That ongoing knowledge is inside of a bathroom when you are supposedly surrounded by doors and walls and the ceiling. You are not in private. Satan itself, the demon possessed, know exactly what you're doing. And that is the conduct of the sex offender. And you are able to prosecute that sexually violent, predatory conduct that they are necessarily engaging in while stalking with audible activity, molesting with directed light, while they are engaging in surveillance with communication devices and what is a private space. That's the bathroom. 8VJG204, license 6R04794. These are all minions monitoring with the demons who are, by the way, sounding sirens, prosecuting them. They're prosecuting themselves. All right, they're under the fake sun. Let me show you that. All right, I did capture video of what is the Upland Police Department demonstrating their demon possession. They are creating light activity, crossing path, and audible activity while the fake sun is over me. That is Satan itself. That is not actually the sun. And doing so while they are listening to me document the sex offenders that are piled up in relevant position in the bathroom, where, again, demons are patrolling inside of that bathroom. You have directed light inside of that bathroom, and you have what is the fake sun that's over the venue itself, which is that ongoing documentation has already established what is not the sun. All right, license plate. Demons pacing in the drive-thru, and they're focusing that location where I am because I'm getting drive-thru licenses, 6NYH082. Vidco Foods crossing path on Foothill Boulevard. It's 9:17 a.m. You have another demon. Let me show you. What I captured in images, this is the surrounding conduct by demons. This is license 8GLD782. This is a white-faced demon, directed light on the side brick wall in the shade while that demon then crosses path. That is the conduct, that is the terrorism, that is the stalking by what is a demon-possessed third party. Doing their duty. All right, servants of Satan themselves engaging in stalking, surrounding. That's what City of Upland was doing in the alley, creating light activity. They are surrounding me while I'm over here getting very particular to where I'm at, getting license plates. That's why the fake sun is over me while you see that stalker in the alley. 6GTX057. $6BBC550. I'm sorry, that's 6RBC550. 8BTV346. Yeah, I read that one. 6RBC550. Make sure that one's correct. All right, pacing in and out of the side alley. All right, this is what demons do. They focus on wherever I'm at. 4SER990. You have San Bernardino County Fire Department crossing path. License 8SSF684 is monitoring with the fire department. Alrighty, capturing images of what is relevant positioning by the San Bernardino County Fire Department, coming up what is the side street of 2nd Avenue to turn and drive west on Foothill Boulevard, which is crossing path, and you see the fake sun that's right over me. I took an image of that for you. 8NDR385, 7XXS201. BML Z80. That is a out-of-state license plate. It's green and white. The same minion that I documented yesterday, slamming his door in what is directed light. 7MDG591. 8SLR805. Yeah, I read that one already. See, 6R04794. 3TPD879. This is the same demon documented on video yesterday. They're returning, engaging in the pattern of conduct again. 8DSS590. 8ZAM270. 4EMWs474. 5NQT161. 5NOT161. 6SPD253. Oh. 6PTH205, 8RZA464, 6DZC966, 6XHT518, 8HHR943, 00652X2, 8YNM240, 6UUK740. License 4SCR990 is on, is in the drive-through under the fake sun, okay? The fake sun is not over the, for example, Andy's Burgers, where you see them ordering under the fake sun while they're engaging in stalking and monitoring, the same for Starbucks. 8SSF684, the same. And it is currently 9:21 a.m. I captured that image for you where the state's fake sun is moving as I move. This is Satan itself that's over its own minions as I'm documenting them. All right, these old crusty bag of bones, directed light, they're demons. All right, while they cross path in a drive-through stalking on behalf of a state. 6MJG162, 8WMZ840. It's 9:21 a.m. All right, license LLG73, that's Arizona. Just want to make sure I get that one. And license 25817F3. Alrighty, engaging in relevant positioning as you see on video, that's license 7UNM014, 7HBA541, 187RF, that's handicap. They are engaging in crossing a path, directed light across the McDonald's, directed light across the brick wall, American medical response sounding sirens while they engage in that demonic conduct, which is terrorism, 8LME066, 7MUY144. And they're also doing so while I'm showing you what is that directed light that's literally manifesting in the shade, creating what is shadows on both sides of me while I am moving. This is absolutely impossible light. It's engineered light. It's also what is demonic. All right, and it is there for the ongoing criminal and sexually violent, that is predatory purposes. The state of California is a sex offender, and I'm showing you how that pattern of conduct is underway in what is a private space, but that private space does not exist, hence prosecution for being such a sex offender at such an egregious level by a government. 5ZEY225 is present on behalf of that government that's engaging in surveillance in a private space in what is a public establishment, that is McDonald's, 8MIM611. And you have the impossibility of what is that ongoing occurrence. The ongoing occurrence of what is directed light moving across a building, just manifesting on the ground all around. All right. You have what is a McDonald's employees license 6DZC966 monitoring with American medical response while I'm being molested and terrorized with directed light. All right, and I'm showing that heavyweight Latina crossing path with her communication device. She was sitting in the vehicle monitoring the entire time, 7DEJ251. That is the purposes of what is the directed light that you see on the ground. Okay, minions are engaging in stalking, sitting in the alley in the vehicle, stalking in the path. I'm surrounded with directed light, 7ASX992. Sleeping in the vehicle, wherever it is, or sleeping at the museum, wherever it is that I'm sleeping, surrounded with what is literally Satan. That's directed light. Directed light is absolutely demonic. Directed light is also revealing the sex offender, that is the government, where they are ceaselessly engaging in that invasion of privacy, and that is invasion of privacy by an entity. All right, this is an unprecedented sexual offense, which the people of the state shall be individually prosecuted for while they are vicariously acting on behalf of a government. And this is that which is necessary as I'm documenting that, and I'm showing you how that sex offender operates and what is the evidence of that sex offender. 6DZC966, 8RZA466, 36056E1. And license 8U75397. And again, the employee, you see her, she's getting out of a vehicle, she's crossing path. She's doing so with a communication device. She's been loitering in relevant position, meaning engaging in, what is the form? So let me break down this, because this is public corruption and it's demonic activity and supposed to occur under the guise of what is absolutely normalcy. So in other words, let's take out what is the pattern of conduct as I'm documenting it. Oh, she's taking a break. All right, let me break something down for you. This is the pattern of conduct. You can be delivering a baby. Where you are delivering a baby, guess what's included in that? Inherently, audible activity, And let me be clear, these demons engage in what is a diligent and determined effort to maintain any outward appearance of what is something that is separate and distinct, especially where Satan's entire system has been revealed. This is Satan that is operating through a people. You can take your break all you want. You're stalking in the path. That ongoing evidence of what is impossible light, that is the presence of a demon using whatever it is that they have at their disposal. You can call it a break. It's called relevant positioning, while that direct evidence for your prosecution is there. The fake sun is directly over my head, wherever it is that you are at, calling yourself taking a break. While the entity is also stalking, American Medical Response, the Upland Police Department are no help. They're already prosecuted. All right, this is the state's pattern of conduct. 77585P1, a demon, directed light moving across, just like you saw the shade on the sidewalk and the shade on the asphalt, directed light moving across the building of McDonald's while that demon is crossing path in a vehicle in operation of a communication device. Monitoring, just like the demon that got out of the vehicle, working at McDonald's, while those demons are also going in the bathroom, patrolling in and out, while these demons are doing just like this while I'm capturing outside. This is what they're doing while they're monitoring. This is the sex offense. All right, they're engaging in surveillance. It's the absence of normalcy and everything you're going to pay attention to with regard to the documentation of that entity that's going to be prosecuted as that perpetual sex offender, because that's what the government is. All right, license FSHNTRP 8MIM 611 7DEJ 251 5ZEY 225. And I will get. All right, he's showing you what is the fake sun. And let me get this license plate again, 77585P1, an operation of a communication device with all the rest of them. They did the exact same thing. They're driving through the parking lot in the shade across the McDonald's building at 100 East Foothill under what is not even the sun and what is not sunlight. You're talking about what are demons who are stalking. All of that is directly revealing that. You have what is engaging in interstate stalking as well, the communication devices, which is central to that engineered light. You have what is crossing path, engaging in the identical conduct. All right, they're also in an environment where not only am I showing this is not the sun, I am also revealing what is directed light that's just manifesting on the sidewalks in the shade, speaking to what is a system of surveillance that is underway. 7UYR743 P.O.C. It is currently 9:32 a.m. 5ZEY 225. All right, and so as I capture this video that I just captured moments ago, this is the absence of any light source. This is just the ability to engage in what is consistent analysis, because my documentation is speaking exactly as to what this is. All right, 8RZA466. I believe I read that one already. Sorry, 466, yeah. 9:27 a.m., I've documented the presence of the fake sun that is already over me at the Veterans Monument at the Upland Public Library, sitting between the Upland City Hall, the Upland Public Library. I am here remaining at 100 East Foothill Boulevard, where the fake sun wasn't even present already. That's why it's a fake sun. That's why it's called that, because it's not the sun. 7ASX992. If it was the sun, it would have already been present over that location. It would have already been in that direction of Foothill. It's not. It's remaining in alignment with me going up Euclid Avenue north in that direction. By the way, after multiple times, you're talking about in the afternoon, I'm capturing this after 3 p.m., after 4 p.m., going up and down, just like you saw this morning, exceeding over, moving north over the Upland Public Library, and then present, remaining, setting in alignment at 4:43 in the evening. License 6R04794. This is all manner of documentation that is surrounding what is the impossibility, that is the stalking of with light by an entire entity who is placing you under surveillance, and it's a demonic surveillance system. This is terrorism. 6M15469. And this demon-possessed entity is monitoring and surveilling while your panties are down. Okay? And in desperate efforts with which they will be, you're talking about they're going to federal prison. Okay, Sean Thrasher, Sarah Bartley, you want to engage in criminal summoning, you want to engage in harassment while you are indeed a sex offender and you don't like, Satan doesn't like I don't care you're going to federal prison because you're going to get this prosecution, period. 8MIM611. And so you have what is engaging in, understand the big picture with regard to the pattern of conduct. It's not just the pattern, the fact that the government is surveilling you. The government is surveilling, you need to understand everywhere and at all times. That is a sex offender that is engaging in surveillance with an entire entity, a people who are invading your privacy together. That's where that environment is also continuous. All right, this demented pattern of conduct, 82425G2, I believe. Driving into the Baker's drive-thru now that I'm entering inside of the parking lot, engaging in surveillance. 8KLV115 6NYH082. 6ZYB871-8HVW047. Monitoring with this minion that's standing, maintaining presence in what is a dead-end drive-through over here by this Baker's. He's maintaining presence. He's manning the path. And let me be clear. This veteran is a demon-possessed stalker identifying itself with the U.S. Navy. License 82428G2. Perhaps they taught him how to use those skills in the military to engage in this demonic conduct of what is placing an American citizen. He has the audacity to have a flag on it. This is a demon. Directed light is in the shade on the side of the Baker's drive-through wall. He is engaged in surveilling an American citizen who is free, all right? And he is here in direct hypocrisy with regard to what he wants honor for. Let me tell you something about this Navy man. He is a demon. All right, he's a puppet of Satan as the fake sun is directly over his head. Nothing to honor whatsoever, and he's a criminal, and I'm squarely surrounding him with what is prosecution for being that terrorist as opposed to a hero on behalf of a country where we're supposedly free under the Constitution. All right, in other words, it is entirely antithetical to what he has on his license plate talking about being the Navy. Fighting for our freedom, he's a terrorist. Imagine that, and that's the reality, and that's a matter of documentation. All right, he's showing you what is that terrorist monitoring with 8HUN435 just chilling at the drive-through window of Baker's. They're just sitting there. They're demons monitoring together. Showed you what is an image of the Baker's employee. She's sitting right next to directed light. The fake sun is over my head as I walk around the building. Directed light while this demon identifying themselves with the Navy. It's shameful, okay? But it's the same with law enforcement, but it's necessary. Not as a means of only, again, not just prosecuting. You need to know what's going on in this country. You need to know who are the positioning players in the army of Satan itself, okay? And you are contrary to what they would have themselves be represented as. They're terrorists. That's what Satan's minions are. They're terrorists. They're not heroes. It's currently 9:37 a.m. and you literally are engaging in surveillance of an American citizen who was free. And I'm also sharp enough to prosecute you for that and show the reality of what you are. And I'm speaking directly to this minion that's listening to me. It's currently 9:37 a.m. You want to engage in surveillance? Listen to me prosecute you. Alrighty, and again, that's your little Navy man. He's a demon. 82428G2. Stalking in a parking lot. Absolutely pathetic. Having nothing more important to do. Stalking the wrong one because I'm gonna prosecute him, and I'm also going to show it is indiscriminate with regard to what is the identity of a demon-possessed person who is engaging in stalking and doing so under what is Satan itself. That's the fake sun. Like I said, the actual sun is not over some monument of the veterans at the Upland Public Library. Which again, you also know that that's not the sun at 9:27 a.m. If that was the sun, it wouldn't be over my head while I'm capturing this demon with a U.S. Navy license plate frame. That's not the sun. But not only that, it's never going to be over the Veterans Monument in Upland over me when it's remaining over me in the city of Pomona while I'm at the Pomona Regional Transit Center. That doesn't coexist. And the documentation on January 27, 2022 shows just that. While it's remaining in the window over me, just like it's remaining over my head while I'm walking around the parking lot, and you hear the demons prosecuting and revealing their own identities while I'm prosecuting them in what shall be a federal tribunal. You have what is the Upland Police Department sounding sirens, crossing path while the fake sun's over me. Direct evidence of what is already existing. That's not the sun. You're engaged in surveillance. You're engaged in facilitation, and doing so under what is the identity as the government itself. That's law enforcement. 7HZH186 is touching with this demon 82428G2, monitoring, loitering at a drive-through window while another demon is touching with directed light, okay? Not using a light gun. You're talking about what is light just manifesting onto my person, just like you see it manifesting out of nowhere in the shade, all right? Because they're demons. That's what demonic activity is. It's the presence of Satan. And this is the reality of this demon with the Navy, U.S. Navy license plate engaging in this egregious criminal system. The very opposite of what you are supposedly supposed to be about, representing and desiring honor and recognition for. You're engaging in terrorism in the United States. The very opposite of the definition of the Constitution for which you're supposedly defending, all right? This is the hypocrisy of what are the demon possessed, by the way. It is public corruption made manifest, and it is irreducible direct evidence of it. This is not my opining. This is that which I've already established by evidence. And let me show you how it does not matter what that demon is wearing, what they put on their vehicle, what they're wearing on their license plate, what they want to call themselves with regard to some title before their name, which is nothing other than a means of documenting what is a demon. 82428G2 is a sex offender, also molesting with directed light. Monitoring with the rest of these demons who are focusing on me, 8XHK405. All right, you have what is sitting over here in the drive-thru. And then monitoring with this demon license plate, 7KZT648. All right, so the demons that I saw you, the Baker's employee, the demons that's sitting over here, he's got on a Chevrolet gray shirt, blue jeans, Levi jeans, and a hat. He's standing over here maintaining relevant positioning with a communication device. He's maintaining presence. He's monitoring with the demons who are maintaining presence at the Baker's drive-thru, maintaining presence in the Baker's parking lot, maintaining presence in the McDonald's drive-thru and the parking lot, as I just documented. Well, the fake sun and direct light is over me. You see in the images that I captured, the fake sun's not over McDonald's anymore. It's right there over me by Baker's. 8MPK 892, moving as I move. What happens when I walk toward Euclid Avenue, toward the U.S. Bank? The fake sun moves as I move. That's how you know what these demons are doing. Also, while you're looking at them studying their communication devices. Alrighty, you're looking at what is surveillance. 6GYS052, a demon crossing path and directed light is on the ground while they do so. All right, and monitoring, again, this demon of the Navy at the Baker's drive-thru. It doesn't matter what they identify themselves at. This is demonic activity. 8AUM295, and it's going to be prosecuted as terrorism. So you have what are veterans, you have what are law enforcement officers engaging in what is terrorism, and all of the demented methods of what is a state surveillance system. Those demons are going into the drive-thru of the Baker's, where the fake sun is directly over me. 6JZE539, I think I read that one already. 8RYG046, and every single last one of them touching me. And let me tell you something about the way these demons are, why they listen to me prosecute them and reveal which is already revealed. I hope you don't think that there's some exception with regard to the status of some demon. I've already showed you there is none. 8RYG046. So while I happen to come upon a demon who's engaging in surveillance in a parking lot, 8WAS083, and has what is the disgusting representation of the U.S. Navy on their license plate, while you are an entire psychopath stalking me under what is not even, and surrounded with the evidence of that, engaging in what is demonic activity, a demon standing over here in the dead end, a demon sitting over here, sitting on the bench under the fake sun, a demon sitting around in the parking lot listening to me pull my panties down. That's what they're all doing together while a fake sun is over them, prosecuting and revealing all of them, what they're doing and who they're doing it with, the entity, the government itself. So you have what are very likely third parties who are affiliated with military, because this is what Satan does. While they listen to me document, then you'll have more of them engaging in that conduct. So they're driving through. These are white men. They're all molesting my body with directed light. By the way, this is the perpetual sex offense. Not only invasion of privacy in the private space, repeated touching, perpetual touching, violation of the person while you want to stalk. That's what Satan is doing with this impossible light activity. So like I said, this is surrounding with evidence. You do whatever you want, but I find it laughable because let me point this out. You have what are more white men. They look muscular built, driving these vehicles, molesting with directed light, coming through this very narrow little dead-end driveway where this white man, or whatever he is, with no neck, with a hat on. I took a picture of him. He's monitoring with the Baker's drive-through employee. With the Baker's employee. The fake sun is now over the Baker's. All right. You have what is maintaining presence while directed light is touching on me while they are maintaining presence together. Okay. And the U.S. Navy man, he enters into the drive-thru as I walk into the parking lot. He'd been sitting in relevant position, loitering the entire time in the Baker's drive-thru on the opposite side. Where I'm at McDonald's, just loitering in relevant position, staying in the Baker's drive-thru. It's called relevant positioning. 83595W1, that's Bud Light, being carried by Anheuser-Busch Sales and Distribution Company, California 260809. Anheuser-Busch is a sex offender. They are monitoring on behalf of a government and a perpetual sex offender while I'm being molested, while minions who want to come close to me and touch me with direct light so that they can monitor with communication devices. All right, Anheuser-Busch is not distinct. It's not separate. It's one pattern of conduct that is ceaselessly underway on behalf of the government. 7CIW855, license 8SVC612. 7KZT648, 8RBG983, Ready America. Hold on, let me get this one. 8NPK982 is crossing path again. I already read that demon's license plate. Ready America is license 8PEU044. It's 9:44 a.m. The state's fake sun on January 27, 2022 is remaining over me in the city of Pomona. Period. Directly over my head. That's how I'm documenting and getting such spectacular documentation of the demons of the Pomona Police Department, showing you how it does not matter what uniform those demons are wearing. That's what Satan is hiding behind. Okay? The presence of the light source, which is not the sun, is the revealing of what is that demon possession. That demon possession is directly relevant to revealing a prosecution for terrorism, because you're not just engaged, it's revealing what is the ongoing P.O.C. for interstate stalking. The elements are underway. All right, but you're talking about what is directed light. You're talking about what is a fake sun. You're talking about what is an ongoing molestation with that directed light. You're talking about what is all of the, in other words, demonic methods of maintaining light, demonic methods of maintaining audible activity, demonic methods of maintaining presence, which is group stalking. All of this is demonic. All of it. Every single tactic used is demonic. It's a satanic targeting system. 7EHX867, 8WAS083. FedEx crossing path, 4SHC985, I believe. License And so that's what is directly relevant. You're talking about what is remaining at one address, which I've already documented my leaving from this address of McDonald's at a much earlier time, 8:56 a.m. That's why I'm standing in front of U.S. Bank. If that was the actual sun, though, all right, it wouldn't be over the Bakers, which is going in the opposite direction. But why is it over the Bakers? Because I moved toward the Bakers. I moved in that direction. But that's just showing you on a small level movement of a light source that is not the sun. All right, maintaining it over my head. I am the focus of what are the demon-possessed, the inferior, who are going to be subject to a prosecution and revealing their condition, which Satan does not want you to know about. All right, license plate 20390C2, 7VCA 057 25469Z1, 8UTB 556, 7. You can scratch that one. 5GSC 736, CAN 2290, 20185K1, 8MXK 433, 6RCV 115, 7JWC 933, 32608W1, 8SFM 157, 6H23566, 662CG handicap TBH 1517. That's some out of state. 5UXX 784, 94055H3. 8VZU 090, 8EZG 128, and it's 9:47 a.m. 8DQV 367, 6HGW 342, 20182D3, 7TZC 121, 7DWF 682, 8EDH 478, 20583N2. 7JWR 962, and it's 9:48 a.m. And remember, not only am I showing you what is not the sun with regard to the object itself that remains over me, focused on me, centered on where it is that I go, you're talking about what is the presence of directed light, my ability to show you on video for you to witness with your own eyes the presence of engineered light, directed light. It is entirely demonic. It is the presence of Satan. That's how you are understanding and witnessing it and seeing, in other words, the presence of the spirit that is Satan. It's through the environment. That is directed light. That lets you know Satan is present. That is it. You're not going to see some image floating and levitating above the ground. That is not what it is. That caricaturization of what is very real, the demonic, is purposefully misinformation that is given to you for a reason, okay? Literally puppets themselves providing such caricatures in order for it, first of all, to be remedialized, to be dismissed, and also for it to be misunderstood with regard to what it is when you are witnessing the demonic and witnessing the demon possessed and how very prevalent it is. All right, license plate 5LBT260, 5XO1122, 8JZH611, 8WDV 593, 5RRW829, 7HHP827, 8MJA117, RENRUT, I believe, 8EUT168, 7HMD268, 8JIU206, 78QE260, 26412X2, 8VKS379, 718AP3, 5JXG517, 7648H3, 6XAS385, 81851N2, 8YJ, I can't really see that rest of that one, 5AEN773, 8ENC533, 7NWT121. Every single last one of them, demons. All right, surveillance is underway, but this is terrorism. Demons are engaging in surveilling you. 6BNB660, 5XDL700, 8TLH458. Demons are engaged in surveillance in violation of Title 18, 8VLG350. All right, doing so, 8 USP 972 on behalf of a government. 6AWW579, 8PVDO31. All right, that's what Title 18 does not incorporate. 6LLM963, 8XXH554, DO14DO. Title 18, Section 2261A does not incorporate, does not reference, and understandably so, because it is unprecedented, because it is the criminal activity of a government, all right, never intended to be revealed. All right, this pattern of conduct that I'm documenting in the state of California is not new, okay? You're talking about what is for such a time as this, that it is now being revealed what the government has been doing for a very long time. 8MPH087 in the United States. This is how the pattern of conduct, this is how Satan is operating in the United States under the fallacy of free society. Demonic activity, the presence of Satan, keeping tabs on you, monitoring. This is not new in every other country. I want to be clear. All right, we have what is an expectation, though, of what is a Declaration of Independence and some, Constitution, all of these documents that are very relevant with regard to the supposed rights that we maintain. This is occurring under the fallacy of free society in America, North America. License 8JEJ912, 8XSC709. Title 18, Section 22618 does not incorporate, does not address 76664, that's handicap, does not address what is surveillance, interstate stalking, but the identity, the conduct of that one engaging in that interstate stalking. 1135309. That's a large truck. And 8PJR186, 8KLY156, 8CDS118, Omnitrans Route 66, 1234524, 6U. JZ874, 8A06, 950, 8A0A378, CTN 6101, that's Arizona. What I was thinking of, Route 66, both east and westbound, they are heading in opposite directions, crossing path, patrolling. I want to be clear, 5SRW195. While I am on those buses of Route 66, I'm showing you on documentation the movement of the light source. This is also how you know that you're being targeted, and that it is, again, revealing the spirit of Satan. Satan is present in the environment. This is Satan that is hovering in the sky space, and you are thinking that it is the sun. It is not the sun. 6ZAL920. And revealing the fact that it is not the sun. It is impossible to be the sun. You are seeing what is the stalker, that is Satan itself, that is engaging in targeting, Satan that is using people, while Satan's spirit is possessing such people. They are engaged, that's demon possession, and Satan is stalking in such manners. And why? Because you're talking about what is keeping tabs on American citizens. These are the last days, in case you did not know that yet. And the government is engaging in, the government is a means whereby Satan is engaging in such an agenda with regard to keeping tabs on what is mere context, the fact that we're American citizens. 8VHT961. All right. But like I said, 8KEP413, you have what is very real with regard to the presence of Satan and how you are witnessing that. You are witnessing it as I have revealed it. And let me be clear, the fact that it is absolutely impossible is speaking to the very verification of what it is that I have told you. I told you at the outset, this is demonic. And the dual purpose is not only to prosecute, I'm not only going to prosecute you, I'm going to tell all your secrets, okay? I'm going to shame you and show you to be the psychopath that you are. That's exactly how I'm going to prosecute, because that's what they are. That's what they're doing. DRYDOK3. And it is, let me be clear, it is indeed out of the pit of hell. All right, and demons engaging it, and you've seen it through the directed light, you've seen it through the acts of kidnapping, you've seen it through the acts of harassment, but that is just not a taste. You're the understanding and the witnessing pure evil, the witnessing the presence of Satan itself through, and doing it through what are puppets, the demon possessed. And this is something that is revealed where the entity is convinced that it's going to get away with it, okay? And this is what I'm showing at the beginning of my documentation, 2018, 2019. All right, you're talking about what is being fully confronted with this demonic entity, with Satan itself, who is, again, at this end, you're thinking, oh, you think you're going to get away with this? Oh, okay, I got you. And this is where you see the true colors. All right, this is where you see what is the reality of a psychopath, and then engaging in when they're confronted with what they've never been confronted before. Oh, I'm documenting you. I'm going to actually prosecute you. You're actually going to be revealed, and it's not going to be a secret. It's directly relevant under what is going to be existing law, the fact that you are serving Satan and demon possessed. It's going to be very prevalent. It's going to be directly relevant. It's not going to be dismissed. I'm going to use it. CLO83, that's handicap. All right, you're talking about what is in no way prepared for that. All right, in no way anticipating that. And I'm just speaking to what is the reality dealing with the demon possessed. 4UWZ583, but like I said, Satan is a treacherous, short-sighted criminal. 5RND116, and that criminal is active. It is a criminal, all right? And I'm speaking to, how am I able to speak to that? Because you're talking about what Satan uses. Satan is a spirit. Satan uses people. These are criminals. 5FLS571. Thinking they can get away with it. because they're engaging in what is supernatural conduct. So I'll show you that supernatural conduct. They're using directed light 54754E3. All right, this is a demon, and this directed light is relevant to their criminal activity and an intent to terrorize. But guess what? When you use that, when you flip that on its head, that directed light is speaking to, first of all, your condition. You're a terrorist. You're a demon-possessed one who is also stalking. You know exactly who I am, and you're stalking on behalf of a government whose pattern of conduct is already established. Okay? So you're talking about all manner of surrounding, and you're under what is not possibly the sun. That documentation is already complete. All right, monitoring at U.S. Bank. I'm going to get this demon's license plate. She's on surveillance camera, directed light in the shade underneath. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to get this demon's license plate. Monitoring with American Medical Response, who's crossing path. Behind her is 5FLS571. Monitoring on surveillance cameras is 6BYH439. This is a white woman at the ATM at U.S. Bank. 8ZJU003 is now crossing path after being at McDonald's. This is their demon's just driving by with that directed light. And so, like I said, this is the supernatural, and guess who's monitoring? American Medical Response at the red light of Foothill, and the Upland Police Department at the other end of what is Foothill, okay? That's how they're monitoring together. SoCal Edison creating light activity. It is currently 9:56 a.m. So you have what is engaging in that pattern of conduct, and you saw the Upland Police sounding their sirens. And when do their sirens stop? The moment that they cross path with me. So in other words, as they drive by my physical person, the sirens immediately stop. How else do you know that they're targeting? Because the fake sun is right over my head while they are creating audible activity, sounding sirens, speaking to what is a demon that is in a position that they are to be snatched out of, a dangerous psychopath, a criminal, engaging in facilitation of that criminal conduct, which is unprecedented. It is surveillance on behalf of the government. All right. You're talking about what is crossing path under what is the light source that's revealing that targeting system. And that's why I show you what is the fake sun right over my head while I'm standing at what is the drive-through of the McDonald's, where the light source, which is not the sun, it wasn't even present as on schedule, which would have been the case if it was actually the sun, 31667C3. SoCal Edison license 22668S1. And they are creating light at what is a third-party facilitating venue right outside of the venue of the U.S. Bank, facilitating criminal conduct with American Medical Response, with the Upland Police Department, engaging in this very same conduct. We are at third-party facilitating venue 948 Euclid Avenue. Let me see what the address is. This is P.O.C. SoCal Edison doesn't have any form. So let me show you the fake sun that's right over my head. No longer over the, first of all, it's nowhere near the Pomona Regional Transit Center. All right, it's nowhere near what is the Ovid Family Community Library. 9:58 a.m. it is right now. State's Fake Sun is over the venue of that location. It's over the B&G Plaza where I am there, over my head. It's over me while I am at Fontana Lewis Library already, 10:02 a.m. The fake sun, I'm walking to the Fontana Lewis Library. I'm documenting the minions of UPS. The fake sun is already over me there. I am in the city of Upland. The state's fake sun is over me while I am at this time showing you what is the fake sun over the Upland Unified School District while I'm sitting on the ramp. The fake sun is right here over me where these minions of SoCal Edison are using a street lamp as their form for stalking in the path for light. You can be doing whatever you want. You can make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, okay, and put on a hard hat and make it look as important as you want under the fake sun while you are a demon stalking in the path with light. That's what this utility truck is being used for. And the fake sun is right over my head, going through what is that list of already pre-documented placement of what is not the light source. This is Satan. This is a demon engaging in what is demonic activity, relevant for what is facilitating the criminal conduct of this demonic entity, which is interstate stalking. They're doing so in front of what is the venue that is 948 Euclid Avenue. And these license plates at this third-party facilitating venue, 8JKY586, 7CGP544, and it is 9:59 a.m. Alrighty, I did capture video of that. Hey, how's it going? I did capture video of that using the address of 948 Euclid Avenue, where SoCal Edison is literally identifying another third party where the entity is engaging in the pattern of conduct. Like I said, even if you're not able to see the license plate, even if all you can see is the logo, even if you can't see the logo, you can identify an address. It's an entity that's acting together, the government thinking that it can maliciously engage in threatening your life, surveilling you with the people of the state who are surrounding and monitoring together, and that you're going to have no way because you don't know their name. Because, oh no, I don't think so. That's not how we're going to do. You're going to bring the government down to size. All right. And the ordinary American citizen shall be able to prosecute and enforce your constitutional rights where the government is placing you subject to that system. And so that's why another means of documentation, not only did I get the company name, not only did I get the license plate, not only did I get the image of that fat white face demon who was monitoring under the name of a company, which is going to be prosecuted, surrounded by that evidence of that. I want to be clear, also the venue where you are located engaging in, and it's also relevant with regard to relevant positioning. Uptown and Country is monitoring as SoCal Edison is threatening my life, facilitating that conduct, threatening my life with law enforcement who was stalking and facilitating that monitoring conduct with the law enforcement, demons alike. All right, threatening my life with American Medical Response, heavily documented, demons, engaged in kidnapping as well, documented, engaging in monitoring and facilitating that monitoring. That's the reality, and that is the consequences, which are very, very heavy with regard to a prosecution that SoCal Edison is engaging in. It is no small thing, okay, where the government is engaging in surveilling you. And identification of the address, identification of any license plate, identification of the area where you are at, all of this is a means irrelevant to documentation. And I captured all of the above. All right, license 32195N1. And under what is the light source? It's 10:05 a.m. As I capture that video, that is the absence of the light source that is over already the Upland Public Library. Upon my entrance at 10:05 a.m. right now, it is not over the entrance of the library. That is not the sun. It is not at the same time here and also south down the street over the entrance and then to be over the parking lot facing the Carnegie Library while I'm inside of the Upland Public Library. That does not coexist. This is ongoing documentation of what is not the sun. All right, and that is impossible to be the sun because you already know that not only did I show this morning if this is the sun, then how come it's not already visibly captured in the direction of what is, at least in the direction of what is the McDonald's, because it's directly over the roof, as I captured on 8:25 in the morning. All right, and I captured at 8:48 in the morning. I captured at 8:57 in the morning. As I remained there, this is on more than one day, but you're talking about what is supposed to be the sun. And so if this is the sun, again, it's remaining in alignment with me as I move in any direction. All right, it is also, again, how do you also know? Because it's not remaining over the B&G Plaza. All right, it's remaining in alignment with me while driving north of Euclid Avenue to the city of Upland, where I'm capturing it over the McDonald's in the city of Upland. All right, like I said, you're not starting with the analysis with regard to the venue of McDonald's at 100 East Foothill Boulevard. That's just one ongoing, consistent point of analysis because the light source, if that was the sun, it wouldn't even be there. You're talking about what is remaining in the city of Ontario, day in and day out at the B&G Plaza. License plate, 3R47877, 3CKA395. Just stalking on the side of the road, maintaining presence, and then pulling off, which is audible activity. And it is crossing path. So monitoring with SoCal Edison, who's creating light activities. So anyway, it's currently 10:07 a.m. You have what is understanding the blatant stalking. And so when you are, first of all, it's relevant to what is the surveillance system that you are subject to when you're documenting it, but also, again, it's not just that. It is beyond that because the government is a terrorist. The government is engaging in facilitation of terrorism in the United States. And that's exactly how you're going to be prosecuted. 8CKZ 258. I'm sorry, 8CKZ 598. And that's what's relevant with regard to what is not actually the sun. 854 North Euclid Avenue in Upland, stepping outside to cross path, monitoring with these demons who are sitting on the side of the road. American Medical Response was crossing path, driving onto Euclid, just driving all around. They're stalkers, and I've already shown that. So he's stepping outside in order to visibly, I could have just read his address while I'm walking down the street, but he wants to step outside. He's monitoring in relevant position 6XXN317, 7YSH341. The fake sun is moving over, keep maintaining presence over me while I'm walking past these venues. All right, that's why I'm able to document 1518 North Euclid Avenue in Ontario at 8:29 in the morning, and then at 11:09 in the morning. All right, you're talking about after 3 p.m. in the afternoon. That same address, and this is, which is not possibly the sun, that's remaining at all hours of the day, because that's what that is. In direct conflict with documentation that's already speaking to the absolute absence of that light source, which is not possibly the sun, while it's remaining on Holt Boulevard all day long, from Holt essentially to the Ovid Family Community Library, or Holt to the Fontana Lewis Library and back. All right. So anyway, it's currently 10:09 a.m. and the light source is not over the Carnegie Library. I'm gonna show you where it's at. It's right here at 824 North Euclid Avenue in Upland, California. Alrighty, I did capture an image of that 10:09 a.m. and the license plate at 824 North Euclid Avenue, 5JQM831. License plate 6KJW909. And again, yesterday I was at this intersection earlier showing you what is a commercial for literally the demons of the United States Postal Service, puppets of Satan, criminals monitoring American citizens systematically as I'm revealing it and prosecuting a government, letting you know about what is, first of all, no exception to demon possession, and also no exception to what is a state system of surveillance, while criminals that are merely criminals/demons that are merely wearing uniforms are engaging in monitoring U.S. with communication devices. And 0213469, a demon, just like I said, listening to me document, crosses path right now. And I'm going to take a picture at the same intersection. That was USPS at cross path. That's not a coincidence. It's also not a coincidence where Satan itself, which is no longer a secret, it's not the sun, this is Satan that's present over my head at the same intersection where I captured USPS yesterday. They're crossing paths right now as I'm speaking to him, referencing that. Those are demons, okay? And like I said, that acidity that they engage in now, when it comes to prosecution and the creation of legislation, that's when Satan engages in, oh, shucks, I wish I hadn't done that. You're dealing with Satan, though. Treacherous, short-minded, pathetic. A stalker. You're literally pathetic when you're a stalker. It's 10:10 a.m. 7RGG982. Alrighty, and just capturing that for you. This is the same intersection of 11th and Euclid where I was yesterday at an earlier time. And I documented 8WFP385 because directed light moving all across the venue over here. That's the identification of a third party, and the fake sun remained stationary over my head while I engaged in documentation for a period of time, remaining at this intersection yesterday. Let me get these demons, hold on. Alrighty, capturing some more videos showing you the demons that are listening to me document them, and so I did want to get some more videos. And not only that, this intersection of 11th and Euclid is where I was at earlier yesterday, and the fake sun was over me, and I showed you what was that very useful commercial, which I'm going to use under the fake sun. USPS 7DZL272 7KWH915 24717. I'm sorry, that is 24771Z1. Alrighty, monitoring, stalking, 7UBK239, stopping because I'm recording video and then I deleted it, so there's maintaining presence on the side of the road, and while touching with directed light as well, 7UBK239. Alrighty, license plate, 7EHY462. License, 6FTX775, and got another USPS vehicle. That's the same. Oh no, that's a different one. 8201896. Under the same fake sun that I captured this other minion in. This is an overweight Latina. License 7YFY542. And capturing video of this USPS employee. You're talking about what are demons that engage in. I mean, it's idiotic. But anyway, they engage in more arrival, which is blatant provision of the evidence with which an American citizen documenting a government engaging in surveillance is going to use to prosecute you. All right, and prosecution shall be on more than one level, okay? While they are engaging in that, because these are demons, so demons engage in very specific conduct, all right? And you're talking about you're dealing with evil, but then you're also talking about what is the law, and you are blatantly engaging in what is the provision of that evidence for your prosecution, and they like to do that. And so that's why I wanted you to see that particular demon's face. Look at them. They like to engage in what is surveillance. This is harassment while they're monitoring the documentation. She's representing a government. This is a demon who is monitoring and a part of the same exact molestation with directed light that you saw. The African American who was engaging in that impossible manifestation of light moving across my person and across the wall, while at the same time stopping in the middle of the street at the same time that I'm operating on my phone. That's not the coincidence. That's the pattern of conduct by demons. Focusing on 8LQC963, focusing on what I'm doing. And you also know this by what is the presence of what is not the actual sun over my head at that intersection of 11th and Euclid Avenue where I was earlier in the day yesterday. Okay? And not only that, you have what is the absence, the impossibility of that actually being the sun that I already documented over the roof of the Upland Public Library at 10:19 a.m. All right, all of this is what I'm capturing at the same time. And I wanted to get an up close and personal, those demons of the United States Postal Service, as I reveal them. It's like Satan likes to do your own commercial. If you want to, I surely will publish it, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. And those are the same demons that are stalking they know where I'm sleeping, coming around, engaging in harassment, aiming light into the vehicle that I'm sleeping in, where the state is keeping a fake moon, and stalking with helicopter. All right, placing the fake sun over me in the morning, and then following to wherever it is that I go, running around like the demons that they are with flashlights after 10 o'clock in the night, 10 o'clock at night. All right, that's what I've already documented before. That's the United States Postal Service that are engaging in stalking as a matter of documentation on behalf of a government and facilitating that conduct, which is way outside of any parameter of delivering mail. And like I said, you can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You can replace a light bulb on the street corner. You can deliver mail. You're doing it under what is that ongoing, deliberately maintained environment, which is the direct evidence against you. You don't have any form anymore. All right, demons are shown exactly as they are in their raw form, which is necessary in order to reveal what is terrorism that's underway in the state of California. Demons who are ceaselessly engaging in invading your privacy, engaging in what is all manner of stalking, engaging in what is monitoring with communication devices, and doing so, not only is that already demented, the methods employed in order to engage in that are entirely demented as well. Having multiple shadows, having what is a light source that's not even the sun. Who fathoms that? I'll tell you who fathoms that. It is Satan itself. It's conjured up in the pit of hell. All right, and it is designed to be an unspoken system. Not only am I revealing the system, I'm revealing what is inherent to that system, and it is Satan itself, and it is the demon possessed. The demon possessed are wearing United States Postal Service vehicles, driving around in those vehicles. Wearing United States Postal Service uniforms, driving around in those vehicles. And that's why I'm able to capture what is not possibly the sun. Remember, it's not just 1019 inside of the Upper Public Library. 10:19 a.m., I'm remaining at 630 North Fern. That is not the sun that's over that venue. Right over on the side that I'm standing on, which is also replete with directed light that's moving across. That's not even sunlight. This is the ongoing evidence of what is not the sun as well. The directed light conduct. License 8K36342 7HLF577 at S Street, Everson Frank, and Euclid Avenue at 10:24 a.m. You have what is the entity engaging in the pattern of conduct, which is in every way surrounding their own selves. And this is what I say when I said the same thing with regard to showing what is not the sun. I mean, this is not, I don't understand the asininity that but like I said, again, it's serving my own purposes with regard to what is clearly unintelligent. And it's good that it's unintelligent and it's not rocket science, because any ordinary American citizen can recognize what it is I'm showing you. It does not take a legal practitioner. You do not have to have a law degree. You do not have to have studied. No, you don't. This is common sense with regard to what's not the sun, okay? And the conduct of what is not ordinary sunlight. All right, and so it's a matter of merely paying attention to your environment, which once you are aware of it, it's very, very clear to see. And you're talking about what is the broader context, the reality of what is the demon possessed who surround you in that demonic environment, the criminal system that you're subject to, which is surveillance in that demonic environment, which is relevant to your ability to document and prosecute for terrorism that you are then made aware of that you're subject to, and surveillance. All right, so it is currently 10:25 a.m. And again, as I captured video at 520 North Euclid Avenue yesterday, I captured that at 9:53 in the morning. So I'm capturing video where I'm on the same street, Euclid Avenue, at 11th and Euclid. I was there much, much earlier. At around 9:30, I'm capturing images of the fake sun over me at 11th and Euclid. I'm capturing video of what is the state's fake sun while the United States Postal Service are stalking while I'm at that intersection of 11th and Euclid. That is the absence of any light source that would be the sun. If that was actually the sun, then it would not be over that intersection. It's not coexisting at the same time. That is a light source that is moving north and south and north and south. And that is exactly what it did as I'm coming from 630 North Fern. You see the fake sun moving over the Upland Public Library north of Euclid Avenue. And as I'm walking south down Euclid Avenue, it's moving south, all right? Then it is remaining there because I'm capturing it at 4:43 p.m. as a matter of days ago. That's not the sun. All right, 6GYX726. And that is the evidence that surrounds what are treacherous, short-sighted, demon-possessed government actors such as the United States Postal Service. 7MOA664. Literally, as Satan listens to its name being spoken, that is the identity of the demons of the United States Postal Service. That's exactly what they are, okay? 7SKM368. Then you have them crossing path visibly. 6GYX726. This is exactly what I was speaking about with regard to the Navy man. 8VHP 638, 8ADL 578, 6UMR 157, 8EVTO 93, 5TQS 574, 6FGH 288, 7FJX 430. And as I stood here at 9:53 a.m. and then at 10:08 a.m. showing you what was not the presence of the sun, as I'm already inside of the Upland Public Library, showing you what is the parking lot area, that window facing that location, JNM 6274, that's Texas, 8BCL 837, 8EZG 128, 628 NTV, 8WHV 130. While I am capturing this, I am still today, I am at what is north of this location. Meaning that is not the sun that is already over the Upland Public Library, which is the consistent documentation, which is what I've already shown. Because at no time is it the actual sun, when I have already documented every hour of the day between 10 to 5 p.m. what is the light source that's supposed to be the sun. It's not. In the city of Fontana, over the Fontana Lewis Library, 8KUE 681. That's already documentation that exists. That's just one example, because it is the same with every other venue that I have isolated, NIKAJAY, that I have isolated for purposes of showing what is a pattern of conduct. That is necessary in order to establish precedent, showing how there is no exception. 66565X2, 6DLW 908, 6FMM 397. But like I said, this is common sense with regard to the ease with which the American citizen shall be able to enforce their rights against the government. 7R PF 391, that is indeed a perpetual sex offender, including the demon-possessed people of the state. 8YVY 674, because you are talking about what is the that which is a matter of necessity. When you are capturing what is not possibly the sun on January 1st, 2022, that's still not the sun on January 2nd, 2022. All right, so 8E72544. 8JSM932, 6WWJ495, 8AQE031, VIP JCP, 7GXC328, HZWST17 Western Environmental Services, 5NKR 425, 5C75308, 8REM 481, 7NDF 154, 7NOD 869, 8LSN 640. 7DGN 281, 8WTX 659, 17341P1, 8YDV 717. My ability to capture what is this light source over my head at Euclid and 11th Street is speaking to the absence of any light source in that which is already documented over the Upland Public Library, the Upland City Hall, Sam's Liquor, this intersection of Arrow Highway and Euclid Avenue, as I documented yesterday. This is speaking to the absence of any light source while I'm capturing the United States Postal Service and the demon-possessed third parties who are monitoring while I'm at that intersection under what is not possibly the sun. 48090L1, 4RPY388. But that goes without saying. Like I said, when you are talking about what is remaining this morning, documentation, when at 8, I believe it's approximately maybe 8:51 a.m., that's when I'm capturing this video. You're looking at what is the fake sun that's moving over the property of the Upland Public Library. At 4:43 p.m., I also have video documentation inside of the Upland Public Library where the light source is remaining in alignment while I'm inside of that venue. Where you see in the morning what is a light source that's supposed to be the sun moving over that venue. That is not the sun. All right, this is common sense. It's the same thing when I'm coming from what is the Upland Unified School District at 9:25 a.m. as you see the minions of American Medical Response crossing path on Euclid Avenue and turning onto D Street, where the fake sun is right there over me, and it is present in the evening as a matter of documentation at 4:43 p.m. That is the remainder for an entire day on one street. Literally, that's not even the street. That's literally the block, where you have what is the light source that is remaining at a McDonald's, which is on up the same street, Foothill, at the intersection of Foothill and Euclid. At arriving and capturing video of that, this is within the 8 o'clock hour, and then present at the approaching 5 p.m. That is the maintenance for an entire day with a light source that is not possibly the sun. And it is then also broken down while you're talking about what is supposed to be the sun every hour of the day between 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the city of Fontana over the Fontana Lewis Library. That is that pattern of conduct which is impossible to coexist, because if the actual sun is present at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's not over some McDonald's, it's not over the Upland Public Library, it's not over the roof, it's not over visible and seen through the parking lot, over the parking lot of the Carnegie Library while I'm inside of the Upland Public Library. This is asininity. All right. This is the ability to capture what is a stalker, though, because a stalker is by definition following. You have the inability to be consistent. And I am speaking to what is very real, that which is not the sun. And that's why I'm referencing with regard to this light source, that which is the conduct of an entity. And that's what this is. This is Satan. All right. This is demonic activity that's underway. And it is literally the prosecution, the revealing of more than one thing. It is revealing the demon possession of the people of the state. And again, the people of the state is a legal title. It is not speaking to what are the individuals that are to be dissected at that federal prosecution. The people of the state include companies. The people of the state include agencies, although they are identified as what is the federal government. They take an oath. That is the United States Postal Service. They are in front of your face every day delivering the mail. Okay. You might even know their name. You might even give them a free glass of milk when they come by. And guess what? They're monitoring, and they're doing so under a fake sun. All right. They are what you are accustomed to looking at on a day-to-day basis. They are under that guise, which I have identified the people of the state. But let me be clear there. That's the state acting directly by virtue of what is their technical position. They represent the federal government. And the federal government is systematically placing American citizens under surveillance and doing so in a demonic environment. They are not only, again, engaging in the pattern of conduct of surveillance. That's what this light is relevant to. It is also identification. It is a demon-possessed criminal engaging in surveillance on behalf of a government. All right. Now, this demonic possession, this demonic aspect of this interstate stalking is that which is not referenced. It's not addressed by Title 18, Section 2261A. All right. And it is directly relevant because this is not only, it is terrorism while the government is surveilling you, doing interstate stalking by law enforcement, stalking by police, which is exactly what they're doing in that environment. It is in every way framing it. Directed light, you're a stalker. You're a demon-possessed one. You know exactly who I am. That's why that impossible occurrence of directed light is ongoing. And not only that, it is captured thousands of times. That's the impossibility of my ability to capture it more than once, even if that. It's an impossibility. All right. But you can try to write off that impossibility happening once. I don't even think twice. Once. I've captured it thousands of times. All right. So you're talking about what is a rampant demon possession, the identification of a stalker, the condition of that stalker, and also the legal status, which is on behalf of a government. This is the state's pattern of conduct. All right. The state is engaging in state surveillance. The people of the state are of that same condition. While a fake sun is over me, and let me be clear, the state, the public entity itself, the state of California, these are puppets of Satan. This is a satanic targeting system. This is, in other words, Satan literally exercising influence over the government, and they are using, this is hand-in-hand partnership, this is wicked, and it's criminal. But understand this, while Satan is present through the environment, the fake sun itself, which is an unspoken reality with regard to what are demons who surround you, they know that. They're just thinking you don't know that. Okay, this is an unspoken system, and this is where you're getting into what is criminal defamation. Everyone wants to act like you're crazy, but for documentation, it's demon proof. Okay, but that's the P.O.C. You have what is surrounding Satan itself with documentation that is unavoidable and irreducible. It is also insurmountable, incontrovertible. Okay, you have what is the entity engaging in what is this maintenance of an environment. The government is literally hand in hand engaging in partnership with Satan itself. All right, using what is the supernatural provisions, if you will, of Satan itself while monitoring, engaging in criminal conduct. The hypocrisy that is underway in the United States. The government is in violation of its own constitution, doing it in concert with the very people who comprise the union. And then it is that which is entirely demented. It's demonic. It's out of the pit of hell. And it's occurring on an ongoing, ceaseless, systematic basis and right in front of your face. That's what public corruption is. This is public corruption on an unprecedented, massive scale. Interstate stalking, federal stalking, is not addressed under existing federal law, Title 18, Section 2261A, subsections 1 and 2. And this is essentially what it is that I advocate, what I address, what I have created in order to address what is very, very much necessary. Yes, the government is engaging in interstate stalking. That's what the people of the state are doing, monitoring with communication devices, stalking in the path. But their condition and the demonic methods employed is speaking to what is terrorism that is underway by these demons who are doing so literally through what is the environment that is demonic through and through. Literally Satan hovering above in a light source. And then beyond that, this is the whole other level that is relevant to you wherever it is that you are. You are witnessing the demonic revealing, as I am revealing, what is the presence of Satan the sex offender that are the people of the state, the sex offender that is the government, where Satan is a spirit, but Satan's spirit is using what our government actors, Satan's spirit is using the people of the state, and that is directly relevant to their prosecution as terrorists and engaging in criminal surveillance in the United States in violation of the Constitution. Okay, it's directly relevant. All right, there is no religion protection here. You're talking about criminal conduct, and that terrorism, that prosecution for being that terrorist is directly relevant to your condition. How are you revealing that condition? That demonic environment. Satan itself is hovering in what is a light source. That's supposed to be concealed. All right, you're supposed to be in what's supposed to in a totally natural environment. All right, you're totally hallucinating. You can't prove that directed light exists, right? You can't prove that strangers are following you. Oh, but you can. Documentation. That's what that's going for. Okay? And the fact that you're a demon stalking in a bathroom, the fact that you're a demon touching with directed light, the fact that you are a demon stalking me on behalf of a government, you are going to be prosecuted as a terrorist, a perpetual sex offender. And not only is the government going to be prosecuted, the people of the state who are vicariously acting on behalf of the government, they're going to be sliced down. That whole entity is going to be sliced down. You're going to be prosecuted for the government's criminal act, because the government's doing it through you, with you. And the entirety of that entity is holding hands with Satan. This is demonic activity. This is how Satan is engaging in wicked deeds, which is relevant, something that you need to know for the times that we are in. Okay, so like I said, all of this video that I just captured, this is the absence of any light source over the Upland Public Library. And again, I'm just isolating Upland Public Library because this is where I'm at. All right, this is where I'm at as of now. And this is still relevant to what is federal prison for Sean Thrasher. Okay, because while the fake sun is I'm documented at the Upland Public Library, that's not any light source that's remaining over the 280 North Lemon Apartments while I'm at the Open Family Community Library subject to surveillance, while directed light is in that bathroom. All right, while directed light is being aimed into the depths of that venue. That's not happening when the fake sun is over me, over the roof of the library at 10:19 in the morning. All right, remaining at 11:11 in the morning, 1:02 in the afternoon, 2:48 in the afternoon, 4:43 in the evening, 4 p.m. while I'm standing outside in the parking lot, 9:25 while I'm sitting outside on the bench outside of the library. This is the duration the duration of an entire day, because this is supposedly the sun, of what is not possibly the sun. And that's exactly what the pattern of conduct is, as I documented at Open Family Community Library. You have what are minions that are now going to federal prison because you want to engage in obstruction of justice, because you are, in fact, as documentation establishes, not just my word that is unverified, as documentation establishes, a violent sex offender, a violent one that wants to engage in criminal defamation. I'm going to prosecute you with that. You're a delusional psychopath who is threatening my life. While I'm documenting your criminal conduct on behalf of the government, you're going to federal prison. You and those demons of law enforcement that you want to summon, surrounding all of them with that which is the direct evidence for that. That's not the sun that's over them. And as I go around the town and outside of the county, I show you just that. You're going to federal prison. It's currently 10:39 a.m. at the Upland Public Library. The light source is currently here now because I'm here. All right, this is the P.O.C. You have what are the demon-possessed engaging in surveillance, and that's exactly what I'm showing you, what they're doing when they're walking by, running by. They can hold a little kid's hand while they want, and I'm saying minion because these little children are demon-possessed. They bring children in the bathroom to create activity. They also bring children in the bathroom to appear as though they are some sort of compassionate, something contrary to what I'm revealing them as, which are demons, and that is speaking to what is the urgency with regard to revealing the system, because you have demons that are pregnant with children. You have demons that are dangerous psychopaths and sex offenders that are holding the hands of children while engaging in threatening the life of another, maliciously so, while they're monitoring the documentation, while they're stalking another, terrorizing another in a private space, maintaining knowledge of what's going on between your legs and underneath your panties while you're holding the hands of children. That is the reality of that sexual violence that's underway. It is in no way suggesting that you're some compassionate third party. That doesn't exist. You have already been surrounded with the P.O.C. You're monitoring. So you are now understanding what is, and by you, I'm referencing those who are listening and understanding what it is that I'm exposing and prosecuting. Not you who are minions who are just sitting back and watching your own demise. I'm talking about what is the entity that is revealing there is no form. You don't have any form. You're revealing how dangerous of a psychopath and how malicious you are. There is no secondary or alternative route. No, this is the pattern of conduct. That is what is so profound about a fake sun. And it is indeed shown and already established as what is a fake sun. All right. So like I said, it's 10:41 a.m. This is P.O.C. at the Upland Public Library, where ongoing surveillance is underway. And as I've spoken to, the entity cycling directed light through the venue all day long, and maintaining what is the light source all day long over the venue, and stalking with audible activity, amplified audible activity. In every way, this is demonic. And this is terrorism that is underway at the venue where I remain. This is P.O.C. It's 10:41 a.m. On surveillance cameras entering the venue. All right, I did capture still images of what are third parties who are stalking inside of Upland Public Library. This is the Latino male who you see facing his back. He's keeping his back to me. He's an operation of a communication device. He is what is called relevant position, while the state is maintaining directed light inside of the venue. That's for purposes of criminal surveillance with a communication device in violation of Title 18, Section 2261A. And also, while the light source itself, that which is not the sun, this is the presence of Satan. This is the context. This is not only a third party, this is a demon possessed individual who is stalking with noise. That is the conduct of a demon, meaning he is in the room adjacent to me where amplified audible activity is created by this demon who is paying close attention to me, knowing while his back is to me, knowing what I'm doing on the internet, on my phone, when I'm logging onto the Wi-Fi, monitoring with the other demons who are inside of the venue of the library, patrolling in and out of the adjacent rooms, which is creating amplified audible activity. You also have what is the impossible audible activity, and understand this is relevant to what is terrorism while demons engage in this pattern of conduct. The sound of what are children running upstairs. I want to be clear, the second level, which is where you enter inside of the library, you cannot hear through the floors what is any sound. You cannot hear conversation. You're not going to hear people walking, people running. This is the amplification of audible activity, while this demon, who I capture an image of, is the personification of the entity. Understand, this is the personification of, first of all, this is Satan. This is the demon-possessed person. This is also a criminal. I'm showing you what are the elements that are present while he is monitoring me on a communication device, and doing so on behalf of an entity at what is the particular venue where I currently am, the Upland Public Library, located at 450 North Euclid Avenue. I want to also document this demonic activity is exactly what I mean, it's unfortunate, but this is the reality of documenting what is a system and revealing what is demonic at its core. And this is what I capture on video this morning while at 8:51 a.m. showing what is the absence of the light source, which is, again, you don't have any form as being the actual sun. It's clearly not the sun. And this is why I'm able to capture it in, for example, the city of Pomona over me and not over the venue, because that's the legal terminology that applies where the pattern of conduct is underway. This is not a normal restaurant of McDonald's at 100 East Foothill Boulevard, where the sun is not over that building. This is the light source. This is a demonic feature for what is a system of surveillance that I'm subject to. And that's why I'm capturing what is that light source that's over me while you're listening to the creation of audible activity by none other than a demon. And this is unfortunately a demon who I am blood related to. And this is Tracy Banks. As unfortunate as it is, I am going to do what it is that I do. And that is, first of all, the creation of what is necessary legislation, because it is terrorism while you are subject to this system. And what I'm capturing inside of the Upper Public Library is exactly what I was capturing inside of the vehicle of Tracy Banks while the fake sun is in the window, moving in real time, north in the direction north, going toward the venue of McDonald's, as opposed to the actual sun that would already be over that venue, as I've already captured previously. But let alone, you're also seeing in that video, well, that which is not the sun moving over the venue where I captured it in front of the Methodist Church on Upland, in Upland at the intersection of Euclid Avenue, and I believe that is C Street. That is a non-church where directed light was moving across that venue, where demons were crossing path in vehicles, and I was being molested and terrorized with directed light. You also saw what is the light source that is not the sun moving over the Upland Public Library, where it is remaining over for the duration of the day. And that is capturing that light source, which is not possibly the sun, within the 8 o'clock hour, as I've also documented after the 4 o'clock hour, which is the duration of it for an entire day, and with that which is not possibly the sun. This is the evidence that is surrounding the demon that are in the study room. It's not just this one that I captured in still images. I also captured the other. These are two males. They are surrounding. They are engaging in what is surveillance, doing so on behalf of a government. They are of the very relevant condition, which is demon possession, and they are stalking with audible activity. They are present and loitering in relevant position while ongoing audible activity is being created around me. And that is while that in directed light, which you see inside of the venue, and the fake sun itself is above the venue. It is currently right now 12:16 p.m. And this demon that is in study room number 3 is currently exiting the room while I begin movement. This is a demon that knows that they're being documented. They're walking in directed light. They're on surveillance cameras walking toward the restroom right now. That's a demon that is exiting in order to cross path with simultaneity to my movement, grabbing my phone, and enters inside of the room, which is crossing path again, walking through directed light. All of this is documented on surveillance cameras at this venue of Upland Public Library. You are understanding and what you are looking at. You're looking at a demon that's engaging in criminal conduct and that is also representing the government while doing so, and is also facilitating the monitoring conduct that I remain subject to by every single last demon inside of the Upland Public Library, sitting at the desk partitions upstairs on the first level, monitoring and engaging in terrorism while amplified audible activity is systematically created and maintained inside of this study room where I am located in study room number 2. Okay, it's currently, again, 12:17 p.m., and this is P.O.C. at Upland Public Library.
All right, I did capture what is relevant positioning in the restroom. And so while I'm walking toward the restroom, which is seen on surveillance cameras, the entity is amplifying audible activity of planes inside of the library, which is impossible audible activity. And then you have what are demons stalking in bathroom stalls, monitoring inside of the bathroom still, okay? Like I said, this is P.O.C. at 6:01 p.m. These are stalkers that are waiting inside of the bathroom, being predators. In the same way, waiting at a traffic light, waiting to touch with directed light, being predators in every regard. Demented psychopaths, violent sex offenders. It's currently 6:01 p.m. This is P.O.C. That is, understand what that is, activity creation inside of the private space and maintaining presence inside of a private space on behalf of a government. That's engaging in interstate stalking. This is P.O.C. at Upland Public Library. All right, showing you what is directed light. And these demons that are sitting outside of this red little vehicle, this demon literally gets out and just opens and closes her door over and over and over again. That's a demon. All right, I have 2 shadows that are in front of me. CB25A68 is her paper plate. She's monitoring with the demons of the Upland Police. And I showed you what is the double shadows that are standing in front of me. This is an entirely demonic environment. And that is the people of the state, demons, monitoring with law enforcement, demons. Okay, and that demonic environment is present. This psychopath literally gets out of the car. She's already present, stalking in a parking lot. And as I take pictures, closes the door. As I take another picture, opens and closes the door again. As I take another picture, opens and closes the door again. The police department, there's a truck over here. I took an image of that. They are standing in what is a large group in relevant position. They are in what is directed light. These demons are all holding weapons, walking around the Carnegie Library in directed light. I'm going to take pictures of this because this is the pattern of conduct and this is the terrorizing threat, and these are the demon-possessed engaged in P.O.C. This pickup truck is vehicle number 250. The license plate of Upland Police is license 1591718. Let me be clear. This is a spiritual reality of what's going on right now while they're going inside of the Carnegie Library, bearing weapons, and directed light is a communication of a threat. All right, these are demons that are monitoring right now. This is P.O.C. This is the army, if you will, of Satan, while they are hostile to my documentation. And I'm going to prosecute you. Listen to me, because I'm going to prosecute you for that. That's P.O.C. It's currently 7:01 p.m. All right, and this is the African-American who I documented already under the fake sun outside of the Carnegie Library. Let me be clear what these demons are doing, using the Carnegie Library as a means of, first of all, engaging in a pattern of conduct of demons, and doing so in what is directed light. And using the Carnegie Library is nothing other than a venue in relevant position. So you have what are demons that are dressed up in uniforms, bearing weapons, appearing outwardly as though they're focused on that. And they're engaging in nothing other than a show of hostility. And this is the same African-American who I showed you, the demon you see with the communication device. This minion I documented under the fake sun at the Carnegie Library in the parking lot, where again, the light source, which is not the sun, was not over the Upland Public Library, as I pointed out that day. It was right over me at the Carnegie Library. And you are still focused on me, not focused on that important training that they're doing. While you got triple shadows, this minion's focused on me with his phone. While he has triple shadows, that's what you focus on, demons, all right, who are focused on me, and that's what that light activity reveals. But like I said, I documented this minion already. That's a show of force, all right, that's an act of hostility, and that's the criminal conduct of Upland Police, who are all of them are sitting around looking at me instead of focusing on what is the supposed training that they're going through while they're in directed light. 7KKY233. It is 7:04 p.m. This is P.O.C. That is P.O.C. 12080S2.
8TWD 386 6UAF 188.
Well, I didn't let them do my
38864 N2, I believe. 38865 N2. These are minions that are stalking on Euclid Avenue with light, using their hazards and keeping their feet on the brakes. All right, this is a means of creating light in the path. 8KAX 859, 7PPK 881. It's 7:22 p.m. 8WF 6215.
Store and more now, because it ain't just the 99
Group stalking on the side of the street at what is Maple and Euclid. It's 7:23 p.m. 8COM 449, 8XAY 320, 8FNC 731. 8WIE 611, 8LWK 311, 8XHE 278, 8PEP 277, 8FSW 582. Amplifying plane engines flying directly over in the parking lot inside of what is the shopping plaza. Documented this shopping plaza already, Driftwood Village, on Euclid Avenue, across the street from Economy and across the street from Grocery Outlet, in the shopping plaza anchored by Food for Less. Currently 7:38 p.m. 8WV 712, 8PWF 376, 7RDW 957, 8LGK 271. It's 7:42 p.m. 7SMW 552. Alrighty, the state aiming directed light inside of the vehicle, license 6B14830. And again, this is the same exact entity. It is not separate. So the demons that I'm documenting of the Upland Police Department, of these third parties in the morning when I'm standing outside and showing you the directed light, the fake sun over me, license 8 ROY042, is a demon driving by while they engage in that conduct while I'm inside of the car. Directed light is appearing on the roof of the car, appearing floating across the dashboard, and moving across the legs, all inside. These are demons, and it's the exact same pattern of conduct that I'm showing you during the day under the fake sun and directed light across a building and in the shade. It's that directed light is being aimed inside of a vehicle. 7MSL276, 8FVX116. All right, and you have, again, let me be clear, the Upland Police Department engaging in what is supposed to be some training while they're in the exact same environment. Second of all, they're engaging in training at the library. License 8XDS082, engaging in carrying all these heavy weapons, engaging in this important training, which is presenting a danger to everybody else around while they're at the library in the parking lot. But nonetheless, you're also looking at what is, again, demonic and malicious. It's not even that malicious, because that was literally just Satan engaging and using its minions of the Upland Police to engage in the P.O.C. 7TGS838. But you're talking about engaging in training in the you literally have civilians in the parking lot while you're bearing what are cannons and all these large weapons in your hands while you're engaging in some training inside of the library in relevant position under the fake moon upon amplified audible activity and in directed light. 7YAK814, BU77U78. That's a paper plate. And the state is stalking, as you hear, flying over the street. The minions of 403 West G Street, 409 West G Street, 411 West G Street in Ontario, at 636 North Vine Avenue at the 7-Eleven, at 408 West G Street, the apartment complex of Woodside Senior Apartments, 302 West G Street, the entire apartment complex of Woodside Senior Apartments, 325 West G Street. This demon with license plate 8NQW386 and license 8KE, I can't read the rest of them. Those third parties are engaging in what is monitoring with the state that is stalking, and these are demons. Stalking in an airplane. Satan is hovering over the street. That's not the actual moon. 81570A2 is a demon. And this same exact fake moon was directly over me in the parking lot where the demons of the Upland Police were engaging in a show of hostility. That's exactly what that's going to be prosecuted as. You have that ongoing environment. You're subject to surveillance. You're also monitoring the documentation. So you line up your demons wearing police attire, bearing weapons, engaging in a pattern of conduct. ARFN 708. That's exactly what that was. And that fake moon is remaining over me, which is Satan itself. is over this street where you hear the state flying over by aircraft, where that same ongoing light activity is present while both I'm outside and also being aimed inside of a car while I'm identifying demons engaging in a ceaseless pattern of conduct. This is the people of the state. This is terrorism by the people of the state. They're demons engaging in criminal activity. License plate 6ZVJ 538. And it is currently 8:13 p.m. And Tracy Banks sitting in the vehicle with me, monitoring me while demons are driving by, because that's what they are. This is demonic light. So these are third parties, but their condition is relevant to that prosecution. They're demons. And this demon is sitting in the car next to me while this directed light is ongoing. All right. She's monitoring, just like you listen to it. All I'm doing is reporting the facts. That is a fact that it's not the light source that's remaining in alignment with me in this video at 8:51 in the morning, where you see that fake sun passing over that Upland Public Library, the same Upland Public Library where I took pictures of at 3:10 p.m. And that fake sun is right there out the window. That fake sun, which is Satan itself, is present over me while you are listening to what is the creation of audible activity while she's using a communication device to monitor and engage in the conduct of a demon, stalking with audible activity. And that is just the unfortunate reality with regard to what is going to be the indiscriminate application for what is justice and treating demons as the psychopaths and the violent sex offenders and the stalkers that they are. All right. And so this is Satan itself, and this is a puppet of Satan surrounding me inside of a vehicle, and doing so at nightfall while directed light is moving all about in the car she's monitoring. Right. And just like you saw and witnessed on video this morning. And this is the ongoing subject. This is the ongoing criminal activity that I'm subject to when I'm documenting the Ontario Police Department in the middle of the street at 1518 North Euclid Avenue in Ontario under the fake sun at 8:29 in the morning. And I'm showing you what is the large truck. This large truck has directed light that's appearing in the shade. The fake sun is on the opposite side, let alone directed light is always, this is impossible light. Sunlight is not bouncing off of any object upward onto buildings. That's not sunlight. It's Satan itself. It's a demonic environment. What do you think is ongoing? I've shown you what is that pattern. Demons cross path with what is ongoing directed light. That's demonic. That's the presence of a demon. What do you think is sitting by me in the vehicle while I'm showing you the passenger side of this truck while light is manifesting in the shade on this truck? This is a demon sitting beside me. This demon is the one that gave birth to me. It's unfortunate, but this is the reality. And I am not going to, and the facts require, I'm not going to change it because I'm blood related to this demon. This demon is monitoring me, threatening my life, and has engaged in vicious acts of malice with this government, engaging in kidnapping and thinking that she was going to get away with it. Okay. I'm not dealing with, again, a mother. I am dealing with Satan itself. This is an adversary. Okay. And that's why directed light is floating about in the car while she's sitting there next to me, monitoring me. Okay. A violent psychopath threatening my life and has already shown the true identity of herself. All right. And the reality is I didn't actually meet Tracy Banks, who she really is. I did not even meet her until I was in my 30s, till I was a grown woman. All right. And I met what is the demon possessed, stalker that she is. It's within the context of the pattern of conduct, but understanding her condition, she is unwell. You're talking about what is a demon that is animating this woman, and literally a puppet of Satan. And that is the same with regard to the people of the state, those nameless minions who I identify in whatever means I have at my disposal in order to prosecute on a massive scale. And that's exactly what's underway. And that is the pattern of conduct that's underway. That does not stop, by the way, as I stepped out of the Upland Public Library. And this is common sense. That pattern of conduct doesn't stop while I show you what is, again, demons, all of them congregated outside, literally looking like out of the movie, even though this is very serious. It's not like a movie, but they literally appear as though they are flesh-eating minions out of that movie with Will Smith for I Am Legend. And the dead, they would sit around in the dark, and they would move around in place, though. They would remain stationary, but they would pace around in place in the dark. The police literally look like that. They're congregated in the middle of the street. All right. They're in directed light, and they're all around, huddled around. These are demons. OK, they're demons, and they are reminiscent of the living dead that you are witnessing in that movie, I Am Legend. They're just wearing police uniforms, and they're bearing weapons, which is relevant to their prosecution. They are equally dead, though. It's just been made in an entertaining form in a movie. But this is exactly what they're doing. They're in a circle.
All right. They're all standing around, huddled, congregated in directed light. This is demonic. It's entirely a show of hostility. While demons, they've been sitting around monitoring my documentation all day that I continuously publish on the internet. And this is a show of force by what are none other than the minions of Satan itself, while they're engaging in what is supposed to be some training course in a library in the parking lot amongst not only myself, but the other civilians that are around, in doing so in what is directed light. I mean, all manner of asininity, and but that's fine. You can claim that you engage in that sort of threatening and dangerous training seminars all day long. You can do it on the playground where kindergartners are around. That's fine. The fact is, you're doing it under the fake sun. You're doing it under the fake moon. You're doing it in directed light. I have 3 shadows in front of me. That is what is prosecuting the Upland Police Department. Okay, period. It is impossible light activity, and then they're engaging in what is the exact same pattern of conduct. Those demons that were huddled around then engage in light activity while they run into the Carnegie Library, which is called nothing other than relevant positioning, waiting literally for me to exit the library and then engage in that show of force. The malice of the demon possessed, they engage in that show of force passive aggressively, as though they are focused on some training course. This is what is the form. And I'm letting you know that's not even a persuasive form. But let me be clear. Even if it was something persuasive, like they weren't doing it in front of a whole bunch of civilians who are witnessing you're bearing all these heavy duty weapons and artillery, which is alarming to the ordinary person. I'm dealing with demons nonetheless. So, but this is still, I'm still an ordinary civilian, and you're talking about, oh, you're training right now? Okay, in the middle of the parking lot when the library is closing and a whole bunch of traffic is around. Okay, got it. Whatever. You're focusing on what is the environment. There is no form. So like I said, it could be as trivial as making a peanut butter jelly sandwich. It could be as serious as delivering a baby. You want to act like you're engaging in some training as law enforcement? They're doing it in the exact same environment. They're doing it amongst what is the ongoing pattern of conduct. This is the same exact parking lot where that which is not possibly the sun has remained for, as a matter of record, from 8:51 a.m. while the light source passed over that same exact property and remained present as today, as I captured in images at 3:10 p.m. But as a matter of documentation, which was just days ago, 4:43 p.m. But let me be clear. If I stood there and waited, it would have been until after 5 p.m. The entity is stalking with the light source. That's not the sun. I've already documented this. The pattern of conduct is underway at nightfall. That's exactly what the Upland Police Department were doing. And they're monitoring with these demons who are stalking where I go. That's why the fake moon is over me while they are targeting me. This is Satan itself that is present. And those are Satan's minions. Okay. It is currently 8:20 p.m. and this is ongoing terrorism while directed light is being aimed inside of the vehicle where I'm at. All right. And doing so while that are demons who are crossing paths. So let me get this license plate. All right, you have what are demons that are crossing paths on G Street. They're driving east and west on G Street and doing the same thing when I'm when in the vehicle on Fern Avenue, aiming directed light inside of the vehicle. Equally impossible light activity. Light is not horizontally shooting across. It's not touching your feet. It's not. There is no street lamps that are aiming through the vent at the top of a car, touching down through the panels where my feet are. This is directed light. This is the presence of Satan. All right, this is a demon. Prosecuted for terrorism, license 8XXW509, license 6TDR220. And let me get this demon over here. This is literally Satan taking turns, present through all of these people. These are the demon possessed, and they're just patrolling back and forth. This is literally the conduct of a psychopath. License 7PIY749. And this is P.O.C. And that is literally, it's also the conduct of a psychopath while you have literally an entity focused on one person, all of them stalking together. That's what demons do, by the way. That's literally what demons are focused on together. Erica Lorraine Spencer. License JSTDEB. Deb is a demon-possessed stalker. All right, and she's focused on me while she's driving by. That's why directed light is occurring inside of the car. License plate. 7AUU955. Pacing back and forth. Alrighty, and I will show you the fake moon. It's 8:22 p.m. Alrighty, it's 8:22 p.m. and I did capture what is a fake moon, and I'm standing on what is G Street. This is the ongoing pattern where the vehicle's parked on Fern. You see the fake moon over Fern, all right? And it's the same with the light source. License 8TXD593, I believe, and license 5BXZ075. All right, and this is ongoing pace and conduct. I just want to identify some more demons. This is ceaseless terrorism. This same demonic entity stalking in bathrooms, engaging in surveillance in bathrooms, and that is identification, prosecution, documentation of what is the sex offender that is the state of California. The sex offender that are the people of the state of California. It is the same exact actor. It is an entity.
All right. It is 8:23 p.m. This is P.O.C. License plate 5BX075, substantially similar. It's 8:31 p.m. DGT113. WCR879, 2116R37. That's a 2009 Toyota Tacoma truck. That's a paper plate. License 6RKW785, 521YY. That's handicap. License plate 7XEX177. 8YTA166, 8ERF676. That is the impossible audible activity of a train. I am at the intersection of G Street and Laurel. You cannot hear any train whatsoever. You would never be able to hear that. That's a demonic environment. All right, license 7MBD013. That is referred to as what is audible activity while directed light remains. Satan is present in the environment through what is not only directed light, but the light source, which is a moon that's remaining over me. 6FOT268, license 8GCP540. All right, showing you, taking images of what is my shadow that's appearing at a distance away from me. I'm standing in front of what is Wedding Chapel, which is adjacent to what is 221 West G Street. My shadow is appearing at a distance away on a brick wall in front of me. My shadow is also in front of me on the sidewalk on the ground. That's directed light. These are demons, license 7HMH633, and they are indeed stalking, and directed light is being shot into the vehicle while they are stalking while I'm sleeping in a car. That's how pathetic Satan is. 7ZAJ543 is stalking. That's why that light is present. 7ZAJ543 is also a sex offender molesting with directed light. 8WY0331, I believe. Touching. License, this one definitely is correct. 8JZH491, molesting. Well, they all are molesting. I want to be clear. These are demons, and this is the people of the state of California, and this is serving a massive prosecution of an entity that's engaging in terrorism while they're engaging in what is interstate stalking. Their condition is identical. These are demons. All right, 8LRE909. That's why I'm able to capture what is my shadow in front of me, and then my shadow, what is appearing feet away, upright on a wall on property. This is a stalker, 4PDY397, monitoring on a communication device, CA97Z37 paper, 7YJK465, 8WPV038, 5YIR629. Alrighty, and this demon over here, molesting with light, pulling into a parking lot in order to create light activity. Let me be clear, this is the venue of Blink Fitness. Blink Fitness is being documented as well. Minions running in and out of that venue, minions engaging in stalking at that venue because it's relevant positioning. And this is license 8WYX031, molesting my person while driving on the street. License 31842Z2. And that's a Latino male. He's wearing a Adidas jacket, red pants, black tennis shoes, and he's going into Blink Fitness, which is at 130 West G Street, on surveillance cameras. He's a sex offender and a demon-possessed psychopath. He's monitoring with the government. 8PZX225, and it's 8:35 p.m. 6CRF489, 7HIB898, license 8TYF001, 57402A3, 8ZOY123, RALSTON, 8TJF031, 7PIY749, 8VQJ981, 5YJF645, 6AJD035, 8MDS104, 7FJG769, 7EFD564, 7SKY946, 8HJR358, 7KHA506, 3891582, which is a temporary transit. It says Pennsylvania. License 7HCN992, 7DFV006, 6XNC332, 5YSA004, 6MYG781, BM03N09, that's a paper plate, 8DMH946, 78199S2, 7KFB413, 3MQD083, 7N98666, 8BRB802, 8JFA642, 8GTU731, 7VQZ201, 8RWD508, 5YEF466, 8AGW011, 94942X2, 6JEU464, BM39T82, that's a paper plate, T82, license 8LDV029, 8BRW411, 5EKJ239, 7VCD299, 6NGW189, 7DGR015, BF32H43, that's a paper plate, NHW0561, that's Texas, 8ATU130, 8RKF300, 8SHN641, 6VUY721, 7TGR624, 8XUZ126, 8SVB055, 6HJJ590. And it is 8:38 p.m. License 6FEV204, 8NKN811, 8UKL187, 5AKB813, and I think I read this one already, 78199S2. It is 8:39 p.m. This is a third-party facilitating venue, Blink Fitness, and Blink Fitness is not by itself. This is formerly where Rite Aid was in relevant position. Rite Aid, the company, is still subject to what is a prosecution. Those particular minions that worked at this precise company can move away. They have been engaged in years of a pattern of conduct of threatening the life. And let me be clear, you're not running away from none of that. So you can pack up and move all you want. Like I said, it's a matter of record. It's a matter of documentation, and you will be prosecuted. And that company is not escaping anything, by the way. But I want to be clear, this is where that Rite Aid is. Blink Fitness, the Kids Empire Giant Variety Store, license plate 8WQL728. You have what is the Pizza Hut. This is the shopping plaza. But again, every minion in their wherever it is that these minions live. For example, where I'm standing in front of, I believe that was 221 West G Street. My shadow is appearing at a distance upright. All of these minions are monitoring together. Satan does not sleep, and that is how serious and that is how ceaseless you need to understand the pattern of conduct is, and the reality of demonic activity. 7PWK033. 7PHK033, excuse me. That is why you have what is directed light shooting inside of the vehicle where I'm sleeping. That is why you have the state flying over me, hovering, stalking in airplanes, concentrating activity around me while psychopaths are sitting around in the parking lot, just like I read. Their license plate, these are demons who are stalking while they're in the parking lot over here and I'm in the vehicle parked on the street on Fern or on G Street. They are monitoring with communication devices. And it is both also demonic activity. They're going to be prosecuted as you're a terrorist who's engaging in interstate stalking, a demon-possessed one. License 8XKU143, but I can't really see that whole one. You have what is stalking. Let me get this license plate over here in case I did not read it. This demon comes out of nowhere on a skateboard. This is the very close tracking conduct that Satan engages in. All right, these people aren't sitting around walking around engaged. They're stalking together. They're all stalking 8GKL611. And that is the reality. They're not doing anything else. They're not focused on anything else. 7S87618. That is why you have that ongoing and unnatural environment, by the way. That's why you go to that extent to surround with that. That's why you go to that extent to create what is impossible audible activity around you, because that is how important, in other words, the target individual is. That is speaking to that ongoing threat to the life. That's how crucial it is for what are the demon possessed. That's terrorism. While an entity is honing in and focusing on you like that, they're not doing anything. You're talking about driving by. You are stalking. You're literally stalking. I mean, and it's literally that easy to prosecute. You're talking about what is getting through the hurdle of, first of all, discerning what's surrounding you. And secondly, how are you going to prosecute it? Just because you can discern it, you're talking about, oh, and I've already done that. I've already shown it to you. That is all done. Okay. That feat has already been 7ZAZ 102. Group stalking in the parking lot at the end, maintaining presence at the 302 West G Street, Woodside Senior Apartments side of the parking lot. I have already handled that feat of literally documenting a government, okay, and showing what a government is doing, who it's doing it with. License plate 8ZEN 661. These are all stalkers. They're driving by stalking with the government. License 42900Y1. And then you have a demon jogging on the sidewalk in directed light. The demon has 3 shadows. All they're doing is stalking. This is Satan. It's pathetic. All right. And so you do have to, I mean, me personally, I'm going to get out and I'm going to document because I'm going to prosecute you. I'm going to prosecute you. So you have what is absolutely pathetic, showing what is the posture of Satan, holding out your arms in directed light by Satan. I'm going to prosecute you, old as dirt. OK, going to die and burn in hell and serving Satan till the very end. All right. At a senior citizen apartment complex of 6RJT. I can't really see the rest of it. It is currently 8:43 p.m. So you have what are minions that are running up and down the street, minions driving up and down the street, coming from Woodside Senior Apartments across path 8PNR 352. Amy, no, go ahead. Minion, creating light activity, molesting, license 7LRX 107. That is Woodside Senior Apartments at 302 West G Street. It is currently 8:43 p.m. And like I said, you have what is directed light because the pattern of conduct is underway. You're not doing anything else other than that. That's why the entire environment is there. And there is nothing that is superseding that pattern of conduct. And I'm showing you what are the demons of the Upland Police. I've heavily documented the Ontario Police. It doesn't change with whatever agency the name is, whatever the zip code is. Okay. You are talking about what is that uncanny ability, though. How is it that I'm able to capture that? Because it is a state system, because it is what is demonic activity. Satan itself has no jurisdiction with regard to the location where I happen to capture 6XNC332, where I happen to capture those particular demons. All right, it is serving for your own information as well, because it needs to be known what Satan is, who Satan is using. Satan is using what are literally the people of the state, whatever state that you're in. Satan is present in the environment. All right, and as you are witnessing what I'm documenting of that which is not possibly the sun that's over me from 8 o'clock in the morning up until after 4 o'clock in the evening, you know that that's not the sun that's over you. While that documentation is speaking to what is the maintenance of a sun, supposedly over one building all day long. That's how you know that's not the sun. All right. And this is the presence of what is Satan itself while I'm documenting Satan's minions, revealing their no longer concealed identity. And they also reveal themselves through their demonic conduct. License 8VBY086. And it's 8:45 p.m. These are demons pacing up and down the street. License plate 8FLH484. Woodside Senior Apartments at 302 West G Street, engaging in facilitation. You got a demon just sitting on the sidewalk, aiming light. And then another demon's walking in directed light. They're monitoring together. All right, it's absolutely pathetic. It is currently 8:45 a.m. That's why you document those old bags of bones. They're old geezers with liver spots serving Satan. All right, it doesn't matter how old those demons are. Alrighty, it is currently 8:45 p.m. and I'm not going to treat them any differently under the law. I'm going to prosecute them just as profusely, just like every other demon. All right, it's currently 8:45 p.m. And I just wanted to identify more of the same exact actor that is an entity that's engaging in terrorism. Directed light in bathrooms, directed light in a vehicle where I'm sleeping, directed light literally in the shade on a sidewalk where I'm walking. License plate 7DW870. License 8BYX153. And while you have what is the maintenance of an environment, that's what that is speaking to. Okay, so you literally have what is that directed light occurring inside of the vehicle where I am sleeping, where the same exact entity is stalking on a constant basis. It's 8:46 p.m. License plate. That's the BM03N09. That's the paper plate I read in the parking lot of the Blink Fitness shopping plaza. License 7BTJ448. It's 8:46 p.m. (7YJE246) 6TCY964. Stalking. They're driving in direct light. They're stalking. All right, and this is all the entity is doing all night long, stalking. It's 8:47 p.m. License 8ZJZ671. It's 8:47 p.m. Third party of, well, and again, it is beyond that, but for example, 323 West G Street, 325 West G Street, 621 North Fern Avenue in Ontario. You have what 630 North Fern in Ontario, of course. You have what is Courtyard Villas Apartments. These are venues that I have readily identified with regard to relevant positioning. This entire neighborhood, you're talking about what is a zone, what is communication devices. That's why directed light is being concentrated into the vehicle. That's why I can walk on the sidewalk and show you and capture an image of what is impossible light activity, because all of these minions are monitoring 6VUY721. And this entire zone of relevant positioning is being documented while I'm reading a particular demon's license plate, while I'm reading a particular demon's address, okay? While I'm reciting a particular demon's criminal conduct, facilitating the ability for every other third party in relevant position to monitor, including the state, okay? Who is monitoring while these demons surround on the ground with this facilitating light activity, stalking with light, okay? That's what stalking with light is. Driving by and directed light, moving around, being present, that's stalking with light, that's a demon. All right, license 8TFR807, and it is 8:48 p.m. Alrighty, in case I did not read this one already, 8FVX116. And I believe I read 6B14830, 7MSL276. Minions going into what is third-party facilitating venue, Woodside Senior Apartments, monitoring and molesting with light. And what you just heard right now is a demon that is at the property of Woodside Senior Apartments. They're using their vehicle as a means of stalking with activities. So this is a demon that has already walked into the property of Woodside Senior. Okay, and as I walk by their vehicle, these are demons who also know they're being documented, and then engaging in what is this? This is terrorism while demons engage in this pattern of stalking with audible activity, and they're using the vehicle 6B14830. I want to document these license plates real quick. Hold on. License plate 8ZQD082. And they're monitoring as one, license plate 5BYJ743, and it's currently 10:51 p.m. This is P.O.C, and again, that is license 6B14830 at what is 408 West G Street. That's Woodside Senior Apartments, okay? This is P.O.C.